Hello everyone, welcome to the Financial Information channel. In this video I'm going to cover the stock market news and I'm going to talk about a new IPO that barely came out today. And before we start the stock market news, let's see how the Dow, the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 did during this week. And as you can see in the screen, the Dow was negative during the last 5 days. It moved down 0.27% during the week. And the Nasdaq was positive. It moved up over 0.47% during the week, and the S&P 500 was negative during the week. It moved down 0.15% during the last 5 days. And the first company that I'm going to mention is going to be Square. I did a video about Square about a week ago, mentioning how the business works. The company reported good earnings, but the share price moved down. And Square moved this week because it mentioned that it's testing cryptocurrencies for their payments, and that news made the company move up quite a good amount during this week. I was watching a video with an interview with Jack Dorsey where he mentioned the support for cryptocurrencies, and he mentioned in that interview that Square has support for Bitcoin in the past. Now during the last 6 trading days from November 9th to November 17th, the company has moved up over 16%. And just like I mentioned in the Square video, I think the stock is gonna continue moving up in 2018. Now the other company that was in the news is Tesla. Now Tesla announced 2 products. The first one is a semi-truck. Now the Tesla truck is supposed to have a 500-mile range. That is higher than most analysts expected. The truck can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5 seconds, or in about 20 seconds when it has around 80,000 pound load. Now Tesla mentioned that they're going to have mega chargers where they're going to increase the speed of the charging, where the truck is going to be able to charge up to 400 miles under 30 minutes. The most important thing for Tesla is going to be the price. If Tesla is able to have a low price for the trucks, the company is going to have a really good revenue on this product. Now one of the companies that said that it's going to pre-order is going to be Walmart. Now Walmart said that it has pre-ordered 15 of the Tesla trucks so it can test the truck. Now you have to keep in mind that Walmart has around 6,000 trucks in their company. If Tesla is able to create a product that is very good, that is going to improve the revenue for the company. Even though a lot of investors are worried that the company is spending a lot of money for the new product. And the new product that Tesla revealed was a new car. And that car is going to be a Roadster, which is very fast. Now Tesla is accepting deposits for this car if you want to pre-order. The deposit amount is $50,000. And the next company that I'm going to mention briefly is going to be Baozun. Now as you know, Singles Day was on November 11 in China, and Baozun revealed the numbers that they had on Singles Day. The company announced 755.4 million in sales. That is almost double the amount that they had last year. And during November, the company has started to move up. Even though there hasn't been a lot of volume, the company has moved up over 14% during the last few weeks. And one of the key events is that Baozun announced that it's going to report earnings on November 21st. That is going to be a very interesting event. But now let's take a look at the next company, which is General Electric. And on Monday, General Electric announced that it's going to cut the dividend by 50%. And in my opinion, the company should have cut the dividend to around 75% instead of 50%. However, that is a start that the company can plan for the future quarters. Now in terms of the largest cuts of dividend history, we're gonna take a look at the following graph. And as you can see, the largest dividend cut is General Electric in 2009. And then we have 5 banks. That happened when we had the financial crisis. And then we see Pfizer that cut the dividend in 2009 by 4.3 billion. And now we see General Electric that has cut the dividend by 4.2 billion. Now one of the good things is that the CEO, which is John Flannery, announced that he's going to buy around 60,000 shares for the company at the price of $18 per share. And that brings trust in the company, even though the financials for this company are a mess at this moment. And in the next news, it was in one of the articles that I was reading, is that Goldman Sachs thinks that 2018 is going to be better than 2017. And Goldman Sachs does that analysis saying that we're having a good economic growth in different continents. And one of the key areas is that Goldman Sachs mentioned they expect around 4% global economic growth, and that is being optimistic. We will see what happens in 2018. I think some of the companies will continue having excellent returns in 2018. And the last news is about the new IPO that came out on Friday, and that's gonna be Stitch. Now Stitch works that customers are able to select the style preference, the clothing needs, and the price points for those items. And customers can receive up to 5 items, and if they don't want any items, they can return it back. Now when they open on Friday, the price for the chair was at $15 the previous night, and before they opened, the price was at $16 with 90 cents, almost $17. Now one of the key areas when you see a new IPO is that they have a lot of debt and the companies are not profitable. Now with the Stitch, that situation is a little bit different, and as you will see in the following graph, the revenue has continued growing up during the last few quarters. Now in this graph you can see that the company has been growing the revenue at a good pace, and the net income has been really good except during the last 2 quarters. Now it will be interesting to see how this company performs during the next few years. Now one interesting fact that this company has a female CEO, and it is the first female CEO that has gone into IPO in the stock market since Care.com, and the CEO has done a really good job. During the last 6 years, the company had generated about $1 billion for the company revenue. That is not easy to do. The CEO has been able to hire key members for the company. Now one of the huge risks is that Amazon has a similar program that is coming out in the next few months, and that is going to be Amazon Wardrobe. That program is under beta at this moment. Only select cities are able to select that program, and how it works is going to be free for Amazon Prime members. Amazon Prime members are going to be able to receive up to 10 items, and if they don't want those items, they can return it back to Amazon. So it will be competing with Amazon, which makes it a little bit challenging for the company. And that is going to be everything for the stock market news. Please leave in the comment section below which stock market news have the most impact to you. And for me would be Square. Jack Dorsey continues to make key decisions for this company, and the share price continues to move up even with the high return that the company has produced during the last 12 months. And as always, you can subscribe to the Financial Information channel. I'm going to continue bringing videos about the stock market, personal finance, and how to make money online.